Well, folks, it is, as they say, the most wonderful time of the year. The lifeblood of this channel is the concept of music discovery. That's the main thing that fuels me to make my videos. So every once in a while, I ask my musician fans to send me their very best song, I compile all the submissions that I get, pull what I think are the most appealing 5-second snippets from every single one, put them in one big compilation, and use this platform that I've been given in a way that brings me joy like nothing else. These amateur DIY musicians are able to get some exposure, and you, the viewers, are able to get some new music to check out and potentially become a fan of. Everybody wins. As always, I want to reiterate that this is not going to be as flashy and widely appealing as some of my usual stuff, so not as many people will click on it. These showcases are far bigger than me and my channel. This could literally change the lives of some of these musicians, so please share this around on Twitter, Instagram, like and comment on the video, etc. When it comes to expectations for what you're about to hear, remember that basically all of these musicians are doing this as a hobby. Not all of these will be ready for the radio, and that's okay. To keep things somewhat organized, I had the artist tell me what genre the songs fall into, and based on what I got, I've put them into these sections: pop, R&B, folk/singer-songwriter, ambient and instrumental stuff, electronic, alt-rock/pop, hip-hop, and rock. I'll be giving some critiques once the snippets are done playing, and then I have a very, very exciting surprise for when I'm naming my personal favorites at the end, so stay tuned for that. Enjoy, and thank you so much for supporting these musicians.
Find it hard to breathe. Tell me, are you wasting your time? Everything goes slow. I wish you know all the things you. It's just another reason to be alive. It's just another day. So how can I continue all I'm not giving up that easy. Know the bright lights with the peaceful nights, with the windows open, with the vibe just right. I could and I would and I should, but I can't feel you, baby. Now we on the road now. You be running through my mind, baby, slow down.
It's not red, it's not blue, it's the mix of the two.
Back to the hillside, just to let off steam. Was it all a game of mine? If only I were closer to you.
think sounds are about the best way of communicating there is.
So much money equals time wasted.
And all of my homies smoke 2 at a time in the morning and night in the day like
Say your pleases and thank yous and look them in the eye.
That doesn't mean anything. It's not an excuse for your bigotry.
Leaves are changing the fold. He's floating up and around the blue skies. Wouldn't want to stick around and see the in my mind.
Not alright, but I know in a minute we'll all be fine. Why am I in this same place again?
These days won't turn to gold. Bones in your closet, I ghost in the forest. I'm just
I want you, I still love you, baby. It doesn't fix anything.
Our souvenirs from better times.
Apprehensive in the morning, choose the way I cook my eggs. Won't you see?
Show my face and the kinda like when it leaves.
soak your holes to stay. Feel things. They call me Mr. Swapping Hunters. I'm at for the Vice Camera. I cannot sip.
A purpose, you in my life doesn't mean that I'm perfect.
Sacred, gotta let him bleed. Jesus, walk on water.
Try my hardest, I promise. But somewhere back then I lost it for this attention. I'm ravenous, I'm dependent.
A disguise, what a drag to bleed and keep the love inside. Got a bag of dreams like a couple rhymes. Half the evenings.
If you need me, I'll be in the surgery theater. I get my hands dirty at a tourniquet.
Sopra Call of Duty, fanculo sti campers. Volevate fare top boy, ma se
Living out with my bro, and we into town. Made a name, I'm the biggest biggest. Been a drink boy, I know that it's stupid, and I'm smart, I should know, but I don't.
We got the creeping, hunting for evil and demons. Keep you away till you dream.
I'm in my balls, looking for distractions and girls, no captions. And a caliphate few dances, chances are
crazy papers made them outlast the past distraction. It's actually kinda tragic, but magic.
Guess I'm good if it's a good time. No hooks, I'm just throwing out some slick rhymes and some sick rhymes.
What I thought about people like you, you would do anything just to
before. Shattered his spinal cord, Lord have mercy upon us.
But I stepped away, oh, they can see.
now we shattered into parts.
Open wide, 'cause I can't take it anymore.
They come to life when I had chocolate.
If you wanna turn me into someone else, then that's just
General notes. First things first, stop singing in cursive. Please.
Welcome to my kitchen. We have bananas and avocado.
With the way these showcases operate, here's my very blunt, honest opinion about the breakdown of quality. There will always be some that are, well, bad. There will always be maybe 1 to 5 total that I think are genuinely good, regardless of the circumstances of all of this, and then like 95% of them will be some sort of fine. This batch had a much higher floor than usual and maybe a bit of a lower ceiling. There were genuinely like 30 to 40 contenders that could have made the top 10, and if you see your album cover on screen now, I think what you're doing is solid. I enjoyed bits and pieces of it, but you just didn't quite make the final cut. And for the top 10 this time, we have something that's very important to me. I hit up some of my most musically talented friends, asked them to listen to all of the snippets, and then they sent in these little video reviews addressing who their absolute favorites were. The validation from me is whatever, but I think it's really awesome that some of you will be getting praise from actual performers that do this all the time.
Just don't ever leave me.
Hey, this is Chase Segley. I really liked the song When I'm Alone by North Pole. I love that vintage sound, and I'm a sucker for that chord progression, and I thought the production was great. I think you should lean into that kind of 50s Roy Orbison, Bobby Vinton, dreamy style even more. I think it suits your voice really well. I especially love the background vocalist. Whoever's on that in the background, they sounded great. I really like this song. Great job.
I completely agree with Chase. Playing with that sound and aesthetic in this day and age is a really interesting concept. Things can get a little deeper and more vibrant, but that will come with practice. This song was the best example of, it sounds perfectly fine, but it needs a little bit more spice. You've got a good ear for giving people what they know they like, but now it's time to work on giving them what they don't even know that they like yet.
By now you're probably driving on the turnpike to Boston.
Plain and simple, I like everything about this, but the lyrics were just very cliche. I know that that's almost typical of Midwest emo, but I think that you can find your own lyrical voice a little bit more.
Hi, my name is Ravi and this is Cleo. Our favorite song off of the showcase is His Name Was Sputnik by the Neocentrics. I feel like they had a really well thought out and well executed arrangement of the song. Every part felt like new and interesting, and even though it was like closer to like 7 minutes long, it never felt like anything was lagging. And it also just is like good emo, and I feel like it would be cool to see them at a house show.
You guys definitely stood out among the rest, and I have 0 notes. For lack of a better word, this track was epic. Everybody sounds hungry on this. I like the sort of industrial sample, and it's cool that I can probably guess who you're influenced by without you sounding like a copycat or something. Very, very singular. This was one that didn't really strike me the first time around, but the more I listened to it, the more I was fascinated by what must go on in your head. There's something special about this one for sure. The number 1 grooviest track out of the 90-something to choose from. Very smooth, super likable, and the singer has a gorgeous tone to her voice.
Hello, we are Sleep Well. I'm Andres.
I'm Sarab.
We really liked Haunted House by Sleep Portrait. The composition was insane. Engaging dynamics, really beautiful and poignant storytelling. I really love the lyrics. There's bones in your closet, a ghost in the forest. I'm just trying to move on, but I keep relapsing. Like, come on.
That choir at the end ties up the song in this neat little bow.
Yeah,
sounds awesome.
It's beautiful. Seriously, please keep making music. I mean, I'm sure you will. You didn't hear that from us, but yeah.
I have the same thoughts as the boys. The way this kept developing as it went on was this strange blend of unpredictable and comforting. Everything made sense, and it's hard to make that happen with so many moving parts. It's just another reason to be alive. It's just another day. So for the top 10, I showed all the snippets to some personal friends, other musicians that I know, fellow YouTube music critics, and so on, and this was the most agreed upon track for what should be highly ranked. Pretty much every single person listed this as a favorite, and it's easy to see why. Another very clearly defined retro aesthetic, and it's something that's gonna be stuck in my head all day. And I will let somebody very special announce our winner for Fan Showcase 3. I'm very lucky to know them, I legitimately think they're the future of music, and it will always be the coolest thing to me that they were the winner of our first Fan Showcase.
Hi, I'm Jensen McCrae, and my favorite submission to the Alpha Media Fan Submissions Contest was Neutralizer by Lily Kelso. I thought the production was super cool. Lily, I think your voice is really, really sick, and I thought the lyrics were fantastic. It was super gritty, it was super compelling, but it was also vulnerable, gave me all of the feels that I want from a singer-songwriter, but without sacrificing a little bit of an edge. So shout out to you. Great job.
Lily Kelso, Neutralizer is amazing. From my perspective at least, it's this clever song about the awkward, existential dread of being around family and trying to act normal and cordial even though life can suck and everyone's a mess. The lyrics are personal but also relatable. The song gets me on an emotional level, but it's also super catchy. It'd be easy to pick your voice out of a crowd, and I could go on and on. Let it be known that I checked out the EP that this is on, and I also highly recommend the song Candyland. The hook on that track is magic. And there we have it. Like I said, please support anyone and everyone that interested you in the slightest. Find them on social media, streaming services, everything. Congrats to the people that I shouted out at the end, and also just for this occasion, I made a public Alpha Media Spotify account that has playlists for every fan showcase and the best of the best from each one. Check it out. Thanks to all of you for your support this year, and I'll see you in 2022. Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you want to support the channel, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on social media at RenshawHS. You can buy my merch, support my Patreon, and thank you again. I'll see you soon.